Super Dave here with another Super Dave review. Super Dave here with another exciting Masters of the Universe Origins. 2 Origins, actually. Wanted to look at this cartoon Stratos. Was able to pick him up. And I've never had a cartoon version of Stratos. I missed out on the Super 7 one. But, you know, obviously this is Origins, so it's a little bit of a shorter size. But he is cool. He comes with his staff. And then also wanted to check this guy out. This is my very first Turtles of Grayskull. But I was interested in this He-Man because of some of the stuff that he came with. Also wanted to check out that head. It's looking mighty vintage there, and I like that. So we're going to check that out. There's a look at the box there. Just take a look at this. This box is not in the best shape. They sent it to me in an envelope. Wherever I got it from. I'm trying to remember. I want to say, I think it's Target. But there's the artwork there. You want to check that out. And yeah, I mean, they're all kind of decked out in some weird garb. All of them. And there is the other selling points and a little write-up there. It shows some of the features that he has. He comes with a lot of neat stuff. I see he's got an Alcala sword with him. Some other garb. And all this is removable. So I wanted to check him out. And just to show you the box right quick for Stratos 2. I love this blue that they did in the first wave of the cartoons. Really neat. They had 4 figures in that first wave. I think this may be the second wave, actually, of the cartoon characters. But looking good. And then look at that artwork. So cool. Stratos. The reign of the monster. Even some female bird people back there. But looking cool. So let's go ahead and move on over here to Eternia and check out these new figures. And here we are in Eternia, getting ready to take a look at these origin characters. Look at their accessories first. And the only thing that Stratos comes with is this spear from Avion. And we are familiar with that. We've seen that in classics. And that is cool. And then here is our disguised He-Man that they call Stealth Ninja He-Man. And he is basically wearing all of the stuff that he comes with. All of this that you see on him is removable, including his sword back here. Spin that around. It's one of those Alcala type swords instead of your Filmation style sword, of course. And that is so cool. He's got a lot of stuff. So we're going to undress him, get him stripped down. But there he is with everything on, including his little tunic there, trying to hide everything. He's got that thing on his face. He's got like a shell type covering on his gauntlet there. Shell type covering on this right leg, shin area. And look, looks like his toes almost got chopped off. Should have wore your steel toe boots, He-Man, because that was a close call. It chopped off the front of his boots, but got that kind of a ninja type loincloth with like a turtle type shell thing there. In the middle is a buckle, has a turtle type shell looking shoulder armor, and then the rest of it is made up of this like greenish tapestry looking rubber. And it's got, as you see, some rips and tears and holes, and just, you know, it's very, very supposed to be, you know, tattered. And then the hood on top here, and then just that silver band that you just wrap around his head to be a mask over his face. Curious to look at that face sculpt though, and go ahead and give our Stratos a spin so that you also see his jetpack, because that's important. He's got the jetpack, of course, those feathery type things that are attached to his arms, which are definitely Stratos all the way. So there they are, looking cool. Now let's take a closer look and strip down this He-Man. Oh, I forgot. Don't forget that they do come with comic books. So we get this Masters of the Universe Perilous Power comic book with Merman and Stratos up there. And then the Turtles of Grayskull get the He-Man in a Half Shell comic over here. So that's cool. And that's interesting because look, he's actually holding a Filmation style sword. Interesting. But he came with an Alcala type sword that we saw back in the comics of that time period. But there's all of their accessories. We'll see in just a moment. All right, let me move our He-Man on in here because this is the guy I really wanted to look at. And we'll go ahead and slip off this hood. And of course, when you do, it takes off the sword as well. Go ahead and peel off this mask here that just kind of wraps around his head. As you can see there, got some details to it. Very simple. All right, there's his head sculpt, which he definitely has some, I would say, Prince Adam colored yellow hair. Not really the blonde that we would have expected for sure. But let's go ahead and pop that off and remove this tunic here. Go ahead and remove that. Go ahead and remove this. This just pops off like that. It's not wrapped around all the way. Let's see. This is going to come off because with these origins, you just pop them at the waist there. And now you have a vintage style He-Man with a boot missing, with a piece of his boot missing, basically. And so that's very interesting. Very interesting. And just to give you context, I still have this vintage He-Man in the box here. And basically looks a lot like that except different boots. Everything else is pretty much the same. Maybe a tad more of a tan. It's hard to tell. But definitely the heads are different. This one has the eyes, the sclera and the eyes are painted white. And over here they're not. And I forget whether they were or weren't in the original He-Man. I forget. But the chest armor looks the same. Gauntlets look the same. Have the same exact hands. Yep. Only thing's different is the boots and the head. And the head is very similar. Man, it's hard to tell about that color. I believe this one has a tad darker yellow, but this one's a little brighter. But yeah, there's a little bit of difference, but not much. You're basically looking at the sclera and the eyes being painted on this one and not on this one. So that's about the only difference I can see on that. And here's my favorite He-Man from Origins. And that's the one that came in the Stranger Things 2-pack. And yeah, looks like the same exact head here. It's just different colors, different color scheme. Because this one has the darker blonde, this one has the, highlighter yellow. Same exact face, just different paint scheme, different color scheme. And pretty much the same body, just different paint as well. But I love the gold and the metallic silver armor over here. And of course the boots are different too. But yeah, and then of course your cartoon He-Man over here is taller, has a better face sculpt, has a better everything pretty much, I think, in my opinion. I like the He-Man for the cartoon. It has the cool sheath. This has a place to put the sword, little loop there of course. And there you go. Looking awesome. All right, let's go ahead over here and check out our He-Man and our Stratos alongside of some of the other Origins figures that I have and do a little bit more comparisons. And here's some of what you can do here. You can put your Tila and your Filmation style He-Man and put all that stuff right on him. And it works. Yes, it does. I didn't put the mask on it because I'm not a big fan of the mask, but Stratos is. he likes the mask. He said it helps him breathe when he's flying through the air. So he can use the mask. And these cartoon characters are just looking really sharp together. That, you know, I've said it before. If you've watched any of my other reviews on these fellas, that the cartoon, especially the She-Ra, that's what sold me. But yeah, you can put the power sword back there, and he can be decked out. One of the things, the reason you see me putting this peg on his foot is with all that weight on him, it's almost impossible to get him to stand up because of the weight of that tunic. It wants to flip him backwards. So yeah, you just about have to put something or hunch him over just about to get him to stand up straight. But yeah, I think that looks cool on the Filmation one. Looks kind of cool. I like it maybe better than I do on the one that he came with. And then there is all I have in the stumpy little origin versions is He-Man. Definitely prefer this one, but this one's cool too. And yep, there they are. So you can see these fellas and how they look. The Filmation cartoon collection definitely wins the prize again as far as their aesthetics and their look and nostalgia. Or go back there, and I wonder if we'll get a cartoon collection Battle Cat. Be interesting to find out, wouldn't it? We'll see. There we have it, and thank you again for joining us for this Super Dave review. It's been fun looking at these origins, especially the cartoon line here. Be blessed. We'll see you next time.